Hello everyone, this is Adnan Hussein. Uh, I'm a student. I'm currently studying BTech in Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Anantapur. So my branch is computer science engineering. So this video is a uh, tutorial about how uh, about various. I mean, actually a PHP tutorial. Before that PHP tutorial, we are going to learn some basic HTML and CSS, as well as how to host your website, uh, how to host your website on your own system, how to host and as well as access your website or web page on your own system or your own private network, or from a remote system, or like a server, like in creating a server and access it from outside the router. First of all, we'll see some basic HTML. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Uh, it is a you can call it as a markup language. So HTML does the what you call HTML helps you in displaying. So it is useful for creating web pages. You can learn HTML from any tutorial available on the internet. So let us see some important parts. Some important, I mean, basic requirements for for this tutorial, PHP tutorial. So HTML stands for, as I said, hypertext markup language. Is standard markup language for creating web pages. So it can be used for describing the structure of the web page. Oh yeah. It consists of series of elements. Elements tell the browser how to display content. So let us see a simple HTML document. So a simple HTML document. So basic structure of a HTML document is, I think you can see this. So here we have the HTML consists of element, as I said, HTML consists of elements. So there are starting tag as well as an ending tag. So here uh, you can see here for HTML, uh, we have less than HTML. I mean, opening tag of the opening tag of for the HTML, and open tag for the HTML, and closing tag for the HTML. This is the main element main. So this is the starting point of the HTML document. Uh, a docked up HTML, we use this to tell the browser that this document is written in HTML. So that it can interpret according to it. Uh, Basically, HTML consists of a head part and a body part. So head part consists of, you can have titles here, page title. So this will be displayed on the tab which is present on the browser. So and the body part is displayed on the browser. So you can see. So what you want to display can be written in the body part, and this will be displayed. So as you can see, I said there are closing tags and starting tags and ending tags for the elements. So we have a head tag, start closing opening tag, and the closing tag for it. Let us try to write this, try to implement this. So you can work on HTML on okay, or any text editor. So I'm using Notepad plus plus. You can use any one of them. Also you can use text editors as well as such as IDEs, like Visual Studio and other code blocks, etc. So let us try this. So I'm writing this one. So first we write the doc type. So this tells that we have written the document in HTML. Then we use HTML tags, close and open, open and close. So next we use head tag. We also close it, and the body tag. So in the head part you can have the title. So title, let us give a title, my web page. And in the body we can have, so for headings we use I mean to showcase headings in on the web page we use head h1. So h1 is the h1. So there are various what do you call it, font sizes for headings. We can use h1, h2, similar till h6. These display various kinds of sizes. So but make sure that you close this. uh, so let me write something in between them. The content, this is a heading, this is a, this is also a heading. We can also add paragraphs by using the tag p. So let us see, this is a paragraph. Hmm. Now uh, I think this is enough for, let us see how it looks. So you can save this as any name like test dot html. Save. Let us see how it looks. So for checking how it looks you can basically go to the, go to the document where I have saved. I have saved in VS Code HTML. So here I have test.html. So which I saved. I can open it in the browser. So I use Chrome browser. Let us see how it looks. See. So you can see. Let us compare with the. So I entered my web page in the head part. So you can see there is a my web page on the tab on the what do you call, tab of the browser. And I gave heading for headings in the body part. The body part is displayed on the web page. So I gave this is a heading for h1. So you can see the size of the heading. And h2 I gave, this is also a heading. So with with a similar what do you call, it is also a heading but in a smaller format, smaller font size. And I gave this is a paragraph. So you can see it has shown this is a paragraph. Let me reload it. this is a simple way of using HTML. There are various tags in HTML, so I can display it as you wish. Uh, for example, I have also written uh, another what do you call another HTML file. So let's see this. So as I said, we used doc type HTML to tell which kind of uh, what kind of the document it is for the browser. HTML head tag we used title, HTML sheet, anything you can write in the body. So this is how you write comments. uh, you can use uh, less than symbol, and then an exclamation symbol, and then two hyphens, and you can write anything in it. This is Adnan, and you can close it by using the hyphens, two hyphens, and a greater than symbol. So whatever you write in this are commented basically like any programming language, so you can't see them. So here I have written a simple what do you call a simple HTML document containing all the uh, all the useful elements which we are going to use. So in H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, we used all these six settings. I gave hi, bye. So let me give some other names here. Adnan. So address, email, home, something, control s. Okay. uh, so as you can see, we have used break. This is used for line break. The next the next element will be displayed uh, in another line. So, and I have used a paragraph. This is a paragraph and another paragraph. So let us see how it looks in file. Okay. So let me go to the documents, index.html. Let me open it. So as you can see, I given HTML cheat sheet in the HTML cheat sheet at the title page. So title element. So you can see HTML cheat sheet here, and I gave for different uh, sizes. I use different what do you call headings of different sizes for H1 high, H2 by Adnan address, etc. I can see the sizes have been decreasing, and again I have lost again used H1 in the bottom. So this is not a good practice, but for explaining purpose I have used this. So you can see uh, H1. So you can see the difference in the uh, sizes. This is a paragraph. So as we use the paragraph, it has shown a paragraph, and I used another paragraph. This is another paragraph. So you can see till here the execution is simple. And then in another paragraph I used list. So you can use lists to uh, to display in uh, to display a list of items on the browser. There are two types of lists: unordered list, which we use the UL tag, and ordered lists, which we use OL tag. So ordered lists, the numbering also happens. In unordered list, the numbering does not happen, and the LI tag represents list item. So you can use uh, you can display the content here. So you can see in this item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and for unordered list you can see item 1, item 2, item 3. It is better if you practice this on your own in a text editor, so that you can learn this. uh, Practice makes you perfect. So with practice you can write these documents. So yeah, proceeding, we can also add tables in HTML. So this is a table tag. We can use table, so table header and table body, uh, as we had seen for HTML head body part. The same way for a table we can use the table head, table body part. So in the table head you can write headings of the table such as name, age, email. So you can create as a number of rows and columns. Make sure that you close them, you close the tags. So table, I use table row, so I closed it with table row. TH stands for table heading. The table head, I have closed it. The table body part you can give the data. So by using table row I gave table data as Adnan 21. So for the name I gave Adnan, age 21, and some random email. In this way you can add as many number of elements. I also close them, table rows and table body, and as well as the table part. So as you can see, this is a sample table. So for name I got this part. For the age, in the age we have given ages numbers, as well as email you can see. uh, Proceeding for the next part, we can give forms in HTML. So you might have been using forms in various web pages. So HR gives an horizontal line which is displayed on the web page. So you can see, I hope you can see this blue, this white line, which is displayed, the dark line on which is displayed on the web page. You can use it as an partition, so divide their content. So a form is a little bit complex comparing to other tags. So in form, action is equal to process.php. We can so we can include this, or else we can leave it. So in form you can use divisions. So you can divide the different elements. So I made a form to collect data from a person. So I used first name. I wanted a first name, last name, and email. So for so I used uh, in using forms. Label tag is used in these forms. So whatever you write in this label tag will be displayed as a heading. So and the input, you can give the input. Uh, as name is a text type, so I gave the type as text and the name as first name. Secondly, I have closed the division, a line break. Next division I used for last name. Similarly, type text, name, last name, placeholder, enter last name. So let me give it here also, or else no need. Let's see how it appears. Division, and the label is email. So next label is email, so I use the input type as email. These are some provided input types by the HTML, so you can check them, check the syntax, and you can learn them easily. And this is division. So I close this. And where there are various kinds of, for gender we have, using select option we can give the options, so you can choose from male and female. So let us see this. For the first name, first name I just gave it the label as first name, so it's, I can type here anything, Adnan. The last name, enter last name. So the placeholder I gave enter last name, so it is displayed here. So I can enter text here. Email, you can type it here. So the message, I can, if you want to give any message. So see, let's see this. So message, so I use the text area, uh, not using input type. So text area gives a lot of space for entering the message. Name is name, I gave the name message. So you can see the name. You can type here anything. This is a random web page. You can also increase the size of this, so you can accommodate more number. So we use gender. We used we select options, so male and female options have been shown. The date also, birthday. So we use the uh, we displayed it birthday using input type data date, input type date, so it gives a calendar, so you can choose from that. And finally we use submit. So submit option is displayed here. So when I click it, uh, it would go to another web page. So I haven't given any process.php web page, so it is showing me this. You can see, I gave it in the action attribute. So form, we have given action attribute to process.php. So whatever I write it in here, it will go to that side. So let me give this test.html. Test.html. Sorry. Method is a method is not a compulsory thing, so I can use it or I can not use it. So let us save this and see what happens. So let me go back, enter some stuff, or else I can just click submit. So it acts as a link to another page. So we get uh, the tester.html we used first. So the tester, uh, this is used in various forms. You can also use anchor tags for this, such as, see, for let's take any sample website. I chose jntu.ac.in. So here we have about college. When I click on about college, uh, okay, I'm already in about college. So when I click on vision and mission, you can see it is directing me to vision.php, another document. So this can be done by using anchor tags and other tags in HTML. So let us see. Mm, the button tag, you can use button tag. Click me. Button tag is also. You can also style them using CSS. So we'll see about that in the next video. So CSS. So button tag can be used for displaying a button. And so let us go back. So you can see click me button, but I haven't added any link to it, so it's staying there. So you can also add images. As you can see, you can also add images for in the HTML document by using image source, or so you can also give a link. You can also give a link to the web page. So using image tag, image, this you give the source and alternate title. So if the image is not loaded, what should it show? My sample image. So in this way you can also specify width and height. So this will be shown in the, what do you call, you can add images to a HTML document for your web page. So in this way I have added. So when I click on this, so as I have added a anchor tag, so this directs me to the uh, this directs to the coda.jpg, the file, the link which I have given. So as image tag, anchor tag. So anchor tag, I use this anchor tag for adding, for giving the link. So using a reference href, I can specify the path of the image, so that it can be uh, so that I can create a link to it. So in this way I can create sample web pages. So I also used here a blog.html. These are various types of various ways of various tags. There are various other tags which you can use. So you can try these tags so as to make you attractive web pages. You can use HTML. Basic HTML looks this way, so you can add CSS to make it look better uh, according to your. You can add font color, text, etc. So this is this is a little bit of HTML. So as you've seen, we can access our uh, web page by using it in the by opening it in the browser. But this is not the uh, correct way of doing this. So if you want uh, if you want to make uh, a web page, but this cannot be this web page can be only accessed by yourself. This cannot be accessed by other devices. So if you want to host and access a web page within your local area network or the systems which come under your router, so you can use a server, what you call, which you can use an application xampp. So xampp is a completely free, easy to install Apache distribution. So this is a free and open source web server solution stack package. So it acts as a server. It acts as a service. If you download XAMPP into a system, it acts as a server. You can use it as a server for within your within your local area network. So XAMPP basically stands for cross-platform Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. So it gives you uh, what do you call access to all of these things, and it is a simple it is a simple and lightweight solution. It works on Windows, Linux, and Mac, so hence the cross-platform which is. Uh, so let us see XAMPP. You can download XAMPP from www.apachefriends.org. You can just click XAMPP, and you can show download XAMPP, and you can choose according to your operating system. In XAMPP, so I have XAMPP installed. XAMPP. So you can see this is XAMPP. uh, Apache server. You can see as Apache server. You can just start it. Uh, installing installing XAMPP is very easy. You can just uh, open the downloaded exe file, and you can download exe file, and you can add. You can just click next by or if you want to read the agreements, you can read them. So before accessing that, you have to do some things using XAMPP. So in XAMPP you have to use first you have to give access to the firewall. So uh, Windows Defender firewall, or you have any antivirus, you have to make sure that you off it. Allow app. So let us search for allow an app through Windows firewall. So go for this. After you have installed XAMPP, go for change settings, allow another app, click browse. So check for where you have saved, where the XAMPP, where you have chosen XAMPP, where you have given storage access for XAMPP. Click XAMPP in Apache, click Apache, and then you have bin. So here you can see httpd.exe. This is Apache server. So you can open this. select on the Apache HTTP server and then add. So Apache HTTP server is already in the list of exceptions. So if you haven't done it, you can do it. Make sure make sure you give public and private access if you want to make use of it properly. So by using XAMPP, you can just start the server, Apache server. So it uses these ports 80, port 80, port 443, because HTTP usually uses this. HTTP is 80, port number 80, and HTTPS is 413, 443. So you can use this. Now let me show you how you can access your web pages. So select the documents which you want to uh, display, control C, and go for the uh, xampp folder, in which you can see htdocs. Htdocs, you can paste it here, control. Okay, so wait a minute. And then you can go to the, as you have started the XAMPP Apache server, so you can go for uh, you can search for localhost. So this displays the htdocs folder in the what do you call it? In the htdocs of in the XAMPP folder. So this is displayed, or you can search for your 127.0.0.1, which is the, what do you call, loopback address. It displays the same, or you can use the IP address. So my IP address is 192.168.10. So you can check this 192. You can check your IP address and then you can click on it. So these are this. So and I can click for test.html. So you can see this. Uh, you can see for other. So I have made a sample website like this. So you can use, XAMPP uh, accessing your uh, what do you call, web page within your server. You can access it. You can click. Uh, you can search for the, what do you call, the the IP address, or else you can what do you call, you can use the URL. So test.html. So I can click this on my mobile phone, which is connected to the same router. So with this I can access the website. You can also access the website. So if I install XAMPP in a particular system of my folder, of my particular system of my local area network, this can be accessed by all the computers which are connected to the same router of the local area network. So basically you can use this for your college local area networks. You can make a sample website for your college, or you can make a website for uh, which is useful for your college, and you can access it using XAMPP. But one problem with XAMPP is it cannot be used uh, uh, it cannot be used by the systems which are outside the server. So for this we have to use public IP address. So this, let us understand how a request flows using this. uh, So a router gives ip addresses to the what do you call systems connected to it, or you can just add your ip address. You can just add ip address to your system. So yeah, every system has an internal router. So this will let the system be s1 s2. So when you give a request such as 127.0.01 or else uh, so 127.0.01, so the request is sent to the internal router. It will ask internal router, do you know 192.168.0.3? So it will send back to you, yes I know, it is ourselves. So it will send back to us, the request will be sent to us. So if you want to access 192.168.0.2, the other system, so the request is sent to the internal uh, what is an internal router. So you ask the internal router, do you know 192.168.0.2? It says no, I don't know, but I have access to some I have access to the router. So uh, it will send the request to 192.168.0.1. So basically the router asks the system, who are you? So the system says I am 192.168.03. So then the router says yes, I know you. So and ask the system one, what do you want? So system one tells the request, I want to access 192.168.02. So the router one says yes, I know 192.168.02. So it connects the two systems. In this way request goes through local area network. So if you want to through access the system which is on another router on of the another, uh, if you want to access a server, for example 15.2.12, so the request is sent from system 1 to the internal router first. It asks for 15.2.12. The internal router tells, I don't know, but I know a router, but I'm connected to 192.68 168.01. So it uh, it sends the request to 198 to the router. The router asks for, uh, who are you? So it tells 19 I am 192.168.0.3. So the router says yes, I know you. So what do you want? So if the system tells I want access to 15.2.12, so the router sends the message to, so it sends to the internet service provider. So uh, we have two IP address, two types of, basically two types of IP address, private IP address and public IP address. So private IP address is applicable only in a local area network, so within the router. And the router uses the public IP address such as, which is given by the internet service provider, so 215.210.12.3. So from the router, when the request goes out of the router to the internet service provider, it goes by the name, by the IP address, public IP address 215.210.12.3. So this way the internet service provider gives access, the all internet service providers are interconnected. So basically uh, in this way you get access to the server. So you can, but you cannot access uh, the system. For example, I am a person at the system 5 ss5. So if I want to access system 2, so I can't directly give 192.168.02 as this is a private address. So it will not be able to route. So you can use the system 2 can use a public ip address. You can buy a public ip address from the internet service provider such as 215.210.1.1. So this will be given to the router, r1. So by using network address translation, if a request comes by the name 215.210.1.1, So the router understands that this is 192.168.02, that is system 2. So in this way, by using a public IP address, uh, the system can be accessed. So by using XAMPP, we can uh, what do you call, we can be able to keep use it within within the local area network for access of outside of the local area network. We use what do you call there are various free web hosting services. So one of them is infinityfree.net. So you can basically create an account here. So I already have an account. You can just click create account and fill the details, and choose an domain name for your website. So I chose site for Adnan dot gradesite.net. uh, so after the login, you can just click on uh, click on the account, and you can use control panel. So in the control panel, mm, it has online file manager. So you can see there, online file manager. Click it. See, it also consists of the same process such as XAMPP. You can use ht docs here, and you can store your folders by using upload folder. You can upload folders as of upload files to it, which you have done, and you can access it from outside the router as well. So for example, let me show you site for adnan.gradesite.net. So when I click site for Adnan, so it shows me various the various folders which have saved, which I have showed, which I have saved in my online file manager by using. So let me see. So login.php. So let me open this. So you can see I can access the web page from outside of the from I can access the web page from outside of the server as well, outside of the router as well. So by using free web hosting services such as Infinity Free, I can host my web page for everybody, so everybody can access it. So in this way, you can use in this way you can use Infinity Free for accessing various uh, various uh, various web pages which you can create. So in this video we have discussed basic HTML, and how you can access your web page and host your web page. For your system, we have seen you can just use a browser, or else you can use XAMPP, which is also which is also useful for uh, creating which is also useful for making uh, it can be accessible by all the systems in your local area network. If you install XAMPP in one if you install XAMPP in one system, it is enough. So that it becomes a server. The system becomes a server, and all the systems present in the local area network can access it. In the same way, we have seen how we can use Infinity Free. We can use the online file manager to access the web pages. In this way, uh, you can host and access the web page for people outside of the your router. So for remote access also, it is possible by using free web hosting services. So in this is for this so let us uh, end this video here, and in the next video we'll understand a little css as well as php. So that's for this video. Bye guys.